Amazing experience this afternoon with some of the kids. They got to play with these musicians, and these musicians saw the heart of these kids and just gave them love. And these kids were up here having a great time, and she learned to scat. She learned to scat on stage live with Claire D. And it's just so wonderful. So anyway, all right. Green, get to the point. All right, so look, I need to acknowledge some of our sponsors, and Crossroads Church, C2 Financial Group, who is also our mayor, and thank you, Joe, for being so supportive of our venue. He was the first guy to step up, and it means a lot to me. Siletz Bay Music Festival, who is really a partner in this, and you're going to learn more about that in just a moment. Oregon Pacific Bank, Florence Fest 2018, the France Family Fund. Are you here, Jennifer? Where are you guys? The France Family Fund over there, folks. Jennifer wants, and Jennifer French, sorry. Sally wants and Jennifer French. Florence Masonic Lodge 107, Florence Liberty Alliance, Siuslaw News, who has been amazing. I mean, she worked so hard, Jenna worked so hard to help us get into the other publications north and south of town, and they've been very supportive. They kept rewriting the PR releases. I mean, the support that we've gotten from the local community, and KCST, John Thompson, what he did for us with the ads and everything, I just can't tell you enough, really, how supportive our community is when they wanted help. So it really means a lot. Grocery Outlet, City Light Cinema, Annie Schmidt, International Seafood Restaurants, and Harriet and Dick Smith. And our props, which are not so much apparent here, are given to us by loaned to us by Pat Sapp and Vintage Blue Warehouse. However, you will notice those familiar metallic pillars did also come from Pat, who she used it in the Roadie Festival, in the Roadie pageant. And I went backstage that night and said, I got to use those things in the Siuslaw Jam. So we're using them a little differently, but anyway, that came from Pat as well. With that, I want to introduce two people that helped make this possible in an indirect way, but it really made it possible. And that's Yakov Bergman, who is the musical director of the Siletz Bay Music Festival, and Mark Sanders, who is the director of the Siletz Bay Music Festival. And with that, I want them to tell you a little story to set up the backstory so you understand what it is, what we're trying to do, and what it could be. Thank you.
Good evening, welcome. It's so wonderful to have you here. I'd like to give you a little backstory on Siletz Bay Music Festival. What began as a dream and a vision just 6 years ago with 4 days of performances. We had a maximum of 400 attendees. Pretty darn good. Fast forward, we just finished our 14-day festival. We had 15 performances. We have 58 musicians coming in from all over the country. And we sold 2,200 tickets. Huge for our coastal towns. One of the great benefits with having a 2-week festival, or a festival such as this that's going to grow next year and keep growing, is the partnership with the businesses. We bring leisure travelers from outside of a 50-mile radius. They fill your hotels. They dine in your restaurants. They shop. They leave money here, and that is crucial, I know it is, to our towns. So embrace this vision that Joshua has created, which is tremendous, and realize that it can keep growing. Something that Siletz Bay Festival is very proud to be a part of is we are a steward to a grant through Oregon Community Foundation. It started out as a $70,000 per year grant for 3 years. That goes directly to our schools. We've brought music. We've made it mandatory for 6th graders in our schools. We've brought teachers back, music teachers. We've been able to bring students back into the schools where the graduation rate is low. They just simply don't have an interest. They don't show up. We've given them a reason to be part of something larger. It's been absolutely tremendous. The graduation rates, as I mentioned, have gone up dramatically. So, there are all these other aspects about a festival, music, it's mathematics, it's being part of something larger. And what I'm seeing here is it's just going to keep growing. So thank you for that, and thank you for your support. And We'd love to have you at Siletz Bay Music Festival next summer, and I'd like to introduce Yaki Bergman.
What a heavenly place this is. I must tell you, I never been in this part of the world, in this place. Fantastic, beautiful city you have here, town. Coming from New York City, it's a little bit smaller. But this is really a remarkable, beautiful place. Having this concert hall is just incredible. What a surprise, what a gift. I really hope we can bring, in addition to the jazz program that is part of the Siletz Bay Music Festival, can bring some other components of the Siletz Bay Music Festival to this magnificent place, heavenly place. Having this facility really will accommodate things like, we have not just jazz, we have cabaret, we have chamber music, we have orchestra. This is, I'm not going to introduce him.
1 second. Just turn the lights off when you're done, okay?
Bottom line is, this is a natural place to build a festival that will benefit the community beyond not just the economical aspect that Mark already mentioned to you, but I can tell you one thing, if you would come here today at 2 o'clock, you will witness one of the most touching, most moving, most incredible experiences that any child can go through, which probably will stay for them for the rest of their life. And as a matter of fact, when they came up to the stage, mingling and getting involved musically with those seasoned artists that are here tonight, I was thinking to myself that actually the reason why I am here is because I went through the same experience. When I was 13 years old, in Israel, I was a farm boy. I was driving tractors before I knew how to bike. I played the violin, and my wonderful music teacher invited me to listen for the very first time to a full orchestra, which happened to be the Israeli Philharmonic. It was such an amazing experience that instantaneously I knew that I'm going to disappoint my mother by my decision to become a musician. To make a long story short, that's the real reason, or the one event that shaped me into who I am today. And it was a wonderful experience in spite of some of the obviously hardships or whatever and challenges. But seeing those kids today getting involved with music, getting involved with those musicians, getting to go through the experience, no matter what they will become eventually, if professional doctor, attorneys or whatever, this experience will shape them for the rest of their life. They will learn to appreciate the arts, they will learn to appreciate music, they will learn to understand the avant-garde, the abstract, they will become a better people, and they will develop differently. And that's one of the reasons why a festival like what we are trying to create here will be so important for this community. It will really give the younger generation an exposure to something that is so much more valuable just than the music itself. Then I want to encourage you to think about it. As they say, it takes a village, it takes a community. You have it here. You are tremendous. You have a beautiful place with this amazing concert hall. Let's try to build this festival and make it, maximize it to its full potential. And thank you again for doing it today. One of the greatest clarinet players in the universe, and my dearest friend.
Thank you, and get the hell off the stage. Thank you. Yaki Bergman. And if you have not been to the Siletz Bay Festival, we really should go. It's unbelievably magnificent festival of music. Let me introduce, is everybody in a good mood tonight? Yeah. Yes, that's fantastic. We're going to have some fun. The first half, we're going to play lots of jazz music for you. We got a great vocalist. And the second half, some more music, and we're bringing on the legendary comedian Pete Barbuti. How many were here yesterday? Hey, great. Thanks for coming back. Means we're going to have to learn some new songs. All right. Out. I've had enough out of you, and I've just met you. All right? No. Yes, no, she can say that because she is Polish, but I will speak slower to you for the rest of the evening, all right? Okay, let's. Ehuda Sherry at the piano. They've been some live wires out here tonight. We have at the alto saxophone and clarinet, Mr. Aaron Johnson. At the drums, a man who I have described him. Well, come out here, Gary Hobbs. Oh my God, your family's here. Gary Hobbs is the answer to what would happen if Mr. Clean and the Jolly Green Giant had a love child. This is Mr. Gary Hobbs. This is on, right? Okay. And then we have Mr. Dave Capteen at the bass. There he is. Uh-huh. We loved him in Lord of the Rings. Okay. I like that. Okay, we're going to start out with a request we had for one of the most famous songs in jazz music. This is written by Dizzy Gillespie, and this is called A Night in Tunisia. The original title, of course, was An Afternoon in Akron, but that didn't have as much of a ring to it. So here we go. Thank you and good night. Thanks. We're going to do a song right now. It's a real jazz standard written by a great trumpet player named Charlie Shavers. And this is called Undecided. If you'll all turn to page 12. What's that? You know there is a special ejector button on your seat. I just thought I'd point that out. But we haven't used it yet. Let's hear it for Aaron Johnson. Beautiful. Aaron, where, just remind me, no, you come from this area, right?
Yeah, Coos Bay, Oregon. Yeah.
Coos Bay, Oregon. That explains the shirt. Anyway, no, come, we kid, Aaron Johnson. Get, all right. Loves you. Right now we're going to feature Mr. Ehud Asheri and a great song written by Thelonious Monk called Asheri. Mr. Ehud Asheri. Beautiful. Oh.
Thank you. Listen, I'm blue every Monday, just thinking about you and Sunday. Sunday is the day when I'm with you. And I cry all day Tuesday, and I sigh all day Wednesday. Oh my, how I long for you. And then comes Thursday, it's so long it never goes by. Friday makes me feel just like I wanna die. But after payday, that's my fun day. I shine all day Sunday. Sunday is the day when I'm with you. George and Ira Gershwin. There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seeking ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain lad I've had in mind. Oh, I'm looking everywhere, haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I just can't forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. Well, I'd like to add his initial to my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who could. Someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, but to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him, please, to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, oh, how I need someone, someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of, they think of as handsome, to my he carries the key. He carries the key. Won't you tell him, please, to put on some speed? Follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. I'm known for my loud snaps. Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby there. Look at it. I have decided I can't hide it. Yes, sir, there goes my baby there. By the way, by the way, when we meet the preacher, guess what? I'm gonna say with a whole lot of feeling, yes, sir, that's my sugar. No, sir, don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby there. Woo! Hey, yes, sir, that's my baby. I don't mean maybe. Hey, yeah, there goes my baby there. Look at it. I have decided, yes, I have, that I cannot hide it. Yes, sir, there goes my darling there. By the way, when we meet the preacher, guess what I'm gonna say? Ooh, this my baby. I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There goes my baby there. I said yes, sir. No, no, I mean it, yes, sir.
Miss Claire D. Yeah, Claire D. Thank you so much. She will be back on the second half of the show. This is for my friend Yaki Bergman, his beautiful wife Joan, Mark and Chuck, and especially the gentleman who was responsible for these two nights, a great guy named Joshua Green, who had the foresight and courage to put on 2 nights of jazz here. And I want to thank him the only way I know how, with a song for him. And this is a great song that I love, written by Duke Ellington, that was written as a piano solo and given as a gift to the Queen of England many years ago as part of a suite of songs called the Queen Suite. It's a beautiful song called The Single Petal of a Rose. And this is dedicated to all these wonderful people for the last 3 weeks from Siletz and from here tonight. Here we go, Single Petal of a Rose. Thank you. Who the hell Baby Jeffrey is, but I just made that up. Okay, come on. It's enough of Baby. Let's hear it for Baby Jeffrey. My voice changed all of a sudden. This is a song written by the guitarist Charlie Christian for Betty Goodman. And this is called the Airmail Special. All right. One, two. Thank you so much. Aaron Johnson. Ehuda Sherry, Dave Captain, Gary Hobbs. Thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes for the second half. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
You having a good time? All right. This music is very special to a lot of us. I grew up with the Beatles, Bob Dylan, Little Elvis Presley, you know, and Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, but my parents were into this kind of music, and I grew up going to operas and plays and movies and musicals, and you learn about the American Songbook through those things. And that woman that just said, "You betcha," is my mother. Can we have the house lights up for a second? Mrs. Amy Green, who I owe this love and appreciation for this music to. Mom, I love you. All right. We have another guest in the audience tonight. Apparently, Senator Joanne Burgess is here. And she, which I just found out, is Aaron's grandmother. So, Senator Burgess, where are you in the house? Can I have the house lights up, Margaret? There she is. And other family members. So thank you for coming, and I'm so glad you're here to see this wonderful show. That said, I'm passing it back to Ken. Enjoy.
1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Thought he was taller than that. Thank you. Last night we had an excellent audience. I guess Kenny mentioned that, and we hope that you seem to be doing just as well. And we hate to rate you, but it's all part of our business. And I always say this. I said it last night, and it bears repeating, that sometimes you work at a theater and it's not exactly full. You know, like this theater, full seats 445. So you say, gee, I wonder if we're going to see a good show, because there are a lot of empty seats out there. Let me tell you something. I don't care if there are 445 people here, or 345, or 245. This is what we do. This is our life. We love this, and we do this. And each and every time we step out here on these hallowed boards, we somehow reach deep inside us, and we give you the best show from the bottom of our heart, and that's the truth, so help me God. However, looks like there are only about 190 of you here. That changes the whole goddamn deal. We're not going to kill ourselves for this crappy little crowd. I mean, we don't need this, you know. I have 4 hookers and a camper parked out back here. No. I say things like that to shock you. That is not true. I swear, I have no idea how many are out there. I don't care. Anyway, it's great to have you here. But we did. I told like my best jokes last night, and so I have nothing else to. I have no more jokes. I have the dog joke, which I'm reticent to do, because sometimes you do the dog joke and an audience will turn on you. Okay, this dog went into this saloon, and he walked up to the bartender, and he said to the bartender, "I'd like to have some bourbon, please." And the bartender didn't react at all. It was as though the dog were never born, you know. And the dog said, "Excuse me, don't you have bourbon in here?" And the bartender said, "As a matter of fact, we have 3 or 4 very nice bonded bourbons. We have some scotch, some gin and vodka, and some pleasant white wine." And the dog said, "Well?" Bartender said, "Well, what? Does this look like a zoo? Does this look like a kennel where some stupid dog comes in from the street all muddy, stupid-eared, ugly, filthy, smelly, flea-bitten, stupid dog? Think you come in here and you get served? You better get out of here, and you better do it now." And this bartender, obviously in a rage, comes out from under the bar with a gun and shot the dog in the foot. Pow! The dog took off. 2 years later, the dog came back dressed in black from head to feet. Hat, boots, kerchief, cufflinks. This is really bad. And he threw open those swinging doors and he walked up to the bartender and said, "I'm looking for the guy who shot my paw." Don't you start. I got some worse crap than that, man. Okay, this drunk goes into this bar. You asked for this. This drunk goes into this bar, and he sits down, and the bartender comes over. The bartender's name was Andy, and the drunk said, "Hey, Andy," there were a name tag, you know. He said, "Hey, Andy, how about a drink?" And Andy took one look. He said, "I'm not going to serve you, sir." He said, "The laws in the state of Oregon, you're already inebriated, and if I give you another drink, you'd be involved in an auto accident, and I'll bear some of the responsibility. I'm not going to serve you. Why don't you go home to your family?" And the drunk said, "For your information, Andy, I can't be in an accident because I have no car. I've never had a car. I never will have a car. I've been down and out my whole life. I cannot even acquiesce to your second demand and go home to my family because I'm an orphan. I don't even have a family." And with that, Andy, the bartender, felt a little regret over this whole deal, and so he said to the guy, "All right, I'll give you one drink." So he poured him one drink, you know, and Andy went up the other end of the bar, and then he called Andy. He said, "Yo, Andy," and Andy came back, and he said, "I noticed you got a dartboard on the wall. You guys play darts and stuff in here?" And Andy said, "Yeah, the guys come in after work. They have different tournaments and prizes." And the drunk said, "How about let me throw the darts?" you know? And Andy said, no, the darts are real sharp. You go over there and I can't monitor you. You know, you're liable to fall down and get hurt. And the drunk said, how about I won't go over there? I'll throw the dart from right here on my bar stool. And Andy said, what are you, crazy, man? He said, yeah, I used to be good at this when I was a little orphan, Andy. Oh, no. You're going to wish that was the end of this story. And the drunk threw this dart, man, and 1 in a million, he got a bullseye. And he went crazy, jumping and screaming, do I get a prize? Do I win a prize? And Andy, the bartender, said, look, I didn't know you were coming in. Let me see if I got something under the bar here. And he reaches under, he notices a shoebox under there had a turtle in it. One of them turtles, they're like protected up here in Oregon. It's, like if this turtle is there and you move him over there, you go to prison for life. I don't know what the hell the deal is, but anyway. Andy, the bartender, didn't know what the heck to feed this turtle. I mean, he didn't have anything in the bar. He had maraschino cherries and lime and stuff, you know, for martinis, olives, but that's all. So he figured it's not doing me any good, so I'll give this to the drunk. You know, it's in the shoebox. So he gave the drunk the shoebox with the turtle. He said, here you go, first prize. And the drunk left. 2 years later, the drunk came back dressed in black from head to foot. Hat left. Hell's the difference? Nobody's listening, really. He came back and he sat down. He says, hey, Andy, remember me? And Andy says, yeah, you were here about 2 years ago, and you threw that dart across the room and got a bullseye. That's an amazing feat of athleticism. I've never seen anything like it before or since. And the drunk says, I believe I can do it again. Andy says, no way, Jack. And he gave him another dart, and he got another bullseye, went crazy again, jumping and screaming. Do I want another prize? I want another prize. And Andy, the bartender, said, geez, I don't know. He said, what the heck did I give you last time? The drunk said, last time you gave me the roast beef on a hard roll. Can I get security out here? Yeah. Well, it's time to get serious now. It's too late, I guess. I'd like to do for you one of the songs that is almost singularly responsible for my meteoric climb to superstardom. This is a beautiful song from the pen of Duke Ellington, the great Canadian composer. I know people don't know Duke Ellington was Canadian. He wrote that song called Take the Train, eh? It's a little song that I guess we've all loved and danced to. Don't get around much anymore. Mr. Saturday Day. You all remember that, and I'd like to play it for you tonight. And since this is a special night with the first one of these festivals and you good folks being here, and I'd like to play this and working with my buddy Kenny, who's... You know, Kenny's a modest guy, but he would never tell you this. I don't know if you guys even know this. Kenny's great-grandfather, Stanley, they call him Stash, you know, he's Polish. He flew in World War I. He flew against the Germans in World War I. This is a true story, man. A lot of people don't know this. And he shot down one of the most famous German pilots. Not that Red Baron, there's a lot of mythology there. He shot this German pilot down, and to show you the compassion of the Peplowski family, Stash, great-grandpa Stash, he goes to the hospital to visit the guy he shot down. Yeah, and he said to the guy, hey, I'm sorry I shot you down, but war is hell. And the German pilot said, hey, I have no ill feelings towards you. I was trying to shoot you down. You shot me down. That's just the thing. My only regret is it looks like I'll never fly again. And Stash, great-grandpa Stash, said, oh, you'll be fine. You know, and the guy said, no, because when the plane crashed, I mean, I survived, but my foot got pretty well injured, and the doctor's been trying to work on it, but they just told me it looks like they're going to have to amputate my foot and won't be able to work the pedals on the plane. And Stash said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do for you? Meaning, can I get you some halukis or some, you know, something to drink or something? And the German pilot was a little wacky. He was feverish. You know, he said, yeah, there is something you could do. He said, next time you fly a mission over Germany, if I give you, when they amputate my foot, if I have them wrap it in gauze, and you could take it with you and throw it from the plane over Germany, and part of me will have returned to my native soil. And great-grandpa Stash looked at the guy. He said, this guy's wacko. But he figured, what the hell I'll do with it? It's no big deal. So he did it. He came back to visit the guy. It was like 4 or 5 months. It was what, 4 or 5 months, Kenny?
It was actually 6 months.
It was 6 months. I knew it. transposes everything. Well, 6 months later, he came back to visit the German pilot, and he said, look, I did what you requested. I hope in some small way that this has buoyed your spirits. And the German pilot said, my spirits were great. Until about 4 hours ago, the doctor told me it looks like they didn't get all the infection, and now they're going to cut off my leg to the knee. Could I impose upon you once more to take that piece of leg wrapped in surgical gauze, and when you fly over Germany, throw it from the plane. We'll rest on my, and great-grandpa Sty said, this guy's not going to make it through the week, man. He's wacko. So he said, all right, I'll do it. And he did it begrudgingly, I might add. Now he comes back to visit the guy. It was almost a year. It was close to a year, wasn't it, Kenny? A year and 3 days. I know it was close to a year. He comes back to visit, and he says to the German pilot, he was bugged. He said, I did everything you asked, man, and I hope you're satisfied. And the German pilot said, yeah, it was okay, but I just found out it looks like they didn't get all the infection. Now they're going to cut off to the hip. Could I oppose him? And boy, great-grandpa Stosh nailed him right there. Hold on, pal, I'm on to you. You're trying to escape. I'd like to play this song for you. It's a Duke Ellington hit, Don't Get Around Much Anymore. And I'd like to play it for you on the broom. I know when some people see this, they look up here and they say, well, that's a common household item. I can assure you to the contrary. This is a very valuable instrument, and closer examination will bear me out. Hello, have we not heard the fine Czechoslovakian acoustical straw? Excuse me, just a minute. It's not like you guys have so much music to play when I'm up here. Well, once in a while, like when I say the acoustical, you guys go like, oh, like you're really impressed, you know? Have we not heard the fine Czechoslovakian acoustical straw? Oh. Have we not heard the fine European tie-down? Hello, here's the imported Canadian aluminum retention band. And the very expensive American hardwood shaft. Were I to purchase this instrument, surely it would be worthy of a king's ransom. I did not purchase same. It was given to me by the many people for whom I've worked in the Northwest. When I worked in Vancouver, they gave me the straw. When I worked in Seattle, they gave me the string. When I worked in Portland, they gave me the aluminum. And when I signed up with Joshua to come here and do this show, so I'd like to play this rendition of Don't Get Around Much Anymore from the pen of Duke Ellington. Okay, guys, hey, let me hear it. Right about here. Let me tune up first. Give me a B flat. Okay, be natural. Don't play, just be natural. I'll be with you in a minute. Don't get around much anymore. There's one bar drum out there. You gotta look. It should be right about like, don't get around much anymore. Isn't that, you know what I don't like? Old singers, when they're going to do a song, you know what they all say? They say, I like doing my next song, goes something like this. What the hell is that? It goes exactly like this. If it doesn't, it's a different song. Is there anybody here from Coos Bay? Hey, good to have you here. Want to hear some jazz? Okay, right about here. Hey, shouldn't the band be louder? I have to start it off. I have to count it off. Just say, okay, 1. You need more, don't you? Okay, 2. You need them closer together. Maybe it's a Sarah Vaughan ballad. Or no. 1, 2, come on, 2, 3, 4. out. Play the cadenza here. Look out. Look out. I'll lay down some Miles Davis. For the Canadians, of course, that would be Kilometers Davis. Go ahead, keep it up. I got another dog joke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Yeah. What the hell? No weirder there than it is out here anymore. So. Anyway, I want to thank y'all. That's my part of the show. I could do more, but like I say, I got the camper out back there. We're making some movies tonight, and I want to get out there. But this is the first year of this wonderful festival, and I hope it goes on, and I think they're going to change it and do it in the winter, because I heard Joshua say it'd be a cold day until I'm asked to come back to this. Anyway, I want to thank my good buddies Kenny and these three wonderful musicians up here. They really are. And if I might just to be serious, I'd like to close my part of the show with a bit of a tone poem. Can I have a little poetry music, please? May I have the poetry lights? There, that's better. You know, I'm used to working like big hotels in Las Vegas where the lights can give you mood. I asked the lighting guy here, I said, what kind of special effects do we have? He said, we got 2 special effects, on and off. Tomorrow is no longer with us. Where is yesterday? If we cannot see the day, then where is the year and where are we? The hell am I asking them for? They don't know this, man. This is deep stuff, you know? So man looks at himself and he sees no one. And he looks at no one and he sees himself. He is not the master. Hold it, will you? Hold it. Okay. Got him back. They're no good when they're like this, right? Except when you've accidentally put too much hot water in the bathtub. Then you turn on the cold water and sit in the tub and you do this. And you hum a high note. You go, ooh. Think of that. Everybody in the world does that. Of course, in Australia, you would. You're a wonderful audience. God bless you. Thanks very much.
Have you folks had a good time tonight? I have to say, you really have been a delightful audience, and I hope we can come back again and do this for you again sometime. Thank you so much. Thanks again to Joshua for, he's the man behind the whole thing. Thank you so much. And before we bring on our great vocalist once again, Mr. Ehud Asheri at the piano, Mr. Dave Capteen at the bass, Mr. Gary Hobbs at the drums, Mr. Aaron Johnson, missing. The late Aaron Johnson. Yes, there we are. And here she is, Miss Claire D.
Well, this is the end of a beautiful friendship. It ended just a moment ago. Don't you know that this is the end of a beautiful friendship? I know because your eyes told me so. We have always been like sister and brother until right looked at each other. Well, that was the end of a beautiful friendship and just the beginning of love. Beautiful friendship. It ended just a moment ago. Yeah, this is the end of a beautiful friendship. I know because your eyes told me so. We have always been just like sister and brother until right here, right now, when we looked at each other. That was the end of a beautiful friendship and just the beginning, only the beginning. Just the beginning of love.
Miss Claire D.
Thank you so much.
Aaron Johnson. Ehud Jerry. Gary Hobbs. Dave Capteen. Pete Barbuti. Where's Pete? Is he back there? And I'm Ken Piplowski. We thank you so much. See you next time, folks. Thank you.
Well, that was the end of a beautiful friendship and just the beginning. Oh, in the beginning, just the beginning of
Thank you. Well, we only know one more song. Actually, we know two, but we're going to have to. It's getting a little late, so we're going to have to cut The second song we had planned, Yaki Bergman had arranged this. It was a medley of songs from Wagner's Ring Cycle. We really don't have time for that. We've cut it down to 3.5 hours, but still, it's a little. Anyway, that joke worked better in Vienna when I told that. Anyway, but great audience, really. Thank you. You made us feel so welcome here in this beautiful town too. So we're going to send you home with one of the most recorded songs of all time and one of the most beautiful ballads. Not Happy Birthday. So glad you're flying back to New York tomorrow. Wait, did I say that out loud? Oh, sorry. I love this man, Ehud Asheri. He's an amazing piano player. Not Happy Birthday, no. No, that is the most recorded song of all time, Happy Birthday. You know, you didn't stop the show, but you sure as hell slowed it down right now, and I thank you for that. Thanks. No, this is Body and Soul, and this is for all of you. Thank you. Thank you both. Thanks. One. Will you grow up? I always wanted to say that. Actually, I was talking to the man behind you.